Shir sponsor Lui Nishmat Sam Yakashom Lam Basitzuk. We're holding in Bava Kamo Daf Mimvov. We're starting the second line from the top. That the Rablos are the only way to be Shemer Shemur is by shechting it. There's no way to guard it. What's the reason of Rablos? Don't guard it. That's what means Lo Yishmerenu. Not that he didn't guard. That there's no shmer. It's a statement. Lo Yishmerenu. There will be no shmer. It says the same words by bar. So there's no, you can't cover a bar. If you cover the bar, and the shor chamor fell into it, then may spotter. That's why he's saying that the kisu doesn't work. It was not because of the pasuk. Like the Bryce says, how do you know? We learned earlier in the Masechta. How do you know you should not have a bad dog in your house? You should not put a bad ladder in his house. Don't put blood in your house. This Gemara, the recording, this pasuk Gemara is quoting, is the pasuk regarding ma'akeh, regarding putting a fence on your roof. So we have over here three things: don't have a bad dog, don't have a bad ladder, and don't have don't be missing a ma'akeh. In the Vilna Gaon early in the Masechta, he says these three things have to do with the three chelkei nefesh of Adam. The lower is the nefesh of the hamis, that is what an Adam is re-eats. That's compared to a dog a bad dog. Then you have the middle part of the Adam, which connects the goof to the neshama, and that's connected to the sulam, the ladder that goes up from down to up. And then the ma'akeh belongs to the head. You put on the roof. So it's three chalokim of the Adam. And we talk about here from the pasuk of ma'akeh, regarding the dog and regarding the sulam. And the chiddush says the Marshal, the special chiddush over here is that even though the chiddush by Kelev Ra is, even though the bnei abayis are not being hurt by the dog, usually the owners of the dog, they're familiar with it. It's only for people from the outside. Don't have a bad dog in your house that could cause damage for a potential guest. With this, we conclude the fourth parak. Starting now the fifth parak. From the Mishnah. This parak, especially first at the beginning, is it's full of raid dabim. Because this is a dabim in yeshivas. In many yeshivas you learn this as in first Seder. Because you have over here right in the beginning, many yeshivas have to do with mominus, with dini mominus. So let's taste a little bit. Let's see what we get from it in the limud daf hayami. So the Mishnah, shor shenoga sapara. You have a shor that gores a cow. V'nitza ubora b'tziva. And you come to the scene, you see a dead cow, and you see a dead calf. We don't know when did the calf come out. When was the calf born? Was the calf born before the goring, and he was born dead? Or the calf was a miscarriage by the ox goring the cow, caused the cow to have a miscarriage and lose the baby. Mine of Kamina. Kamina is the shor responsible for the death of the baby, for the death of the calf. We don't know if the negicho, because the negicho was born or before. You pay chatzinez to the paro like any other shor town. And you pay a quarter to the baby. Why? Because you're not sure. We do not know. We don't know if the shor caused the damage to the calf or not. So you pay half. Half of chatzinez is a quarter. Similarly, if you have a cow, the gored the ox, and you have a baby there alive, in this case, you don't know if during the goring she was pregnant. If during the goring she was pregnant, the baby participated in the goring. It's part of the limbs of the mother. Or it was born before and didn't participate in the goring. Mishtal Chatzinezik min apar, you pay half an ezik from the paro. If you're Avia Nezik min avlan, you can pay a quarter of an ezik from the calf. The Gemara is going to explain, we're talking here about the owner. There's two different owners, one for the cow, one for the calf. And the Gemara is going to explain what's the quarter of the nezik, half a nezik. Why does here, it seems like he's getting you 3/4 of the nezik, which doesn't make sense. You don't pay more than half a nezik. So that we'll get to Beis Hashem in tomorrow's shir. The second part of the Mishnah. Says the Gemara, Amar Rav Yehuda Mashmuel, Zu divi sumchus. That's sumchus shito. When I don't know what to do with money, I divide. I have here a case. Is the calf born before or after? Did the calf get damaged or not? I'm not sure. So what do? You pay 50-50. Meaning they split it. This is a big rule. You want to take me money? You can't take money out of me. You're telling me that you want me to pay? I'm holding on to my money until I know better. Says the Gemara, is the cloud godol bedin. Why is saying it's a big rule? It's the afilu nizak oimer bori umazik oimer shema. Even if the nizak said, I know for a fact that your shar gored my calf. I know. So the nizak says, I'm for sure. And the mazik says, I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not sure. You tell me. Still, you want to take money from me? So that's Klal Godel. That's what the Gemara says over here. Before we continue on, just to mention that first of all, we said here Bori V'Shema. Tosfos mentions over here that we learned earlier in the Masechet Daf Hey, like 11 days ago, that the idea that Sumchus and Rabbanan are arguing also in Bori V'Bori. They're arguing Bori. Let's say they both are clear there of what happened. Sumchus also holds you divided, and Rabbanan all the mitzvah all over right. Now, as the Maharsha points out over here, that by Bori V'Bori, we're talking about, Tosfos says that earlier, Bori V'Bori is only when the cow is not in the owner's house. Because if it's in the owner's house, they have a Bori V'Bori, even Sumchus will agree, you don't take money out of the owner. Tosfos there also brought it, to say there's a Suffolk Loitan the same that we saw over there. But if a person goes to someone's house and says, this belongs to me, of course I don't take from you money. And he says, no, it doesn't belong to you. We don't take it out. We're talking about here that's not there. So what taina Rabbanan would say that that the original owner doesn't have to pay? Because you have what's called Cheskas Moro Kamu. You have a Chazaka who was the original owner. And this brings us to a big discussion. I'm going to go just to mention. There's two Chazakas that we're going to be playing around in these sugyas. There's a Chazaka de Hashta. Right now, I'm holding on to something. And I have a Cheskas Moro Kamu. I have a Chazaka. What was here till now? And there's a discussion. When I discuss Cheskas Moro Kamu, meaning who was the original owner, is that a Chazaka like any other Chazakas that we have throughout Shas? Like Aisha Tmeya, Chazaka. Mikvah, chazaka. So you have chazaka and money too. Or it's a different thing. And many Achonim learn that it's a different thing because chazaka's moment is different. By money, chazaka is different. We mentioned already what Rabbi Shimon Shkop, we're going to see in our base. Shimon Shkop tells us, money, the Torah told us the money is a different way of learning. You don't come and use the svaras of chazakas that we have by Yisurim. By Yisurim, you go based on the status quo. Moment is a whole different thing. Moment is a discussion of who belongs to money, something else. And then you have to go based on the stomach, based on what seems to be the case. And Chazak Da'ash, the Chazak Morakam is the same thing. If a person was the owner till now, you assume he's the owner, continue to be owner. If he's right now the owner, you consider to be the owner. And that's where this comes into play. So here it comes out to be, there's two machlekes between Rabbanan and Simchos. One is Bari v'Bari, when they are clear. Each one says a taino, and the moment is not in the house. And then Bari v'Shema, even when it's in the house. Comes the guy and says, you owe me money. The guy says, I don't know. Rabbanan say, I'm going to Simchos Simchos says, you divide. One second nekuda, a very important nekuda, is that Toisa says that even Bari v'Shema, not always by Bari v'Shema, Rabbanan will say that I'm going to Simchos Only in our case, in a case like this, that the Shema is a good Shema. The guy says, I don't know what happened. I don't know if the calf was born before or not. I'm not sure. Was he supposed to know? No. He's not going around where his cow is. He wasn't there in the time of goring, so he doesn't know what happened. That's called a Shema Toiv. His Shema is legitimate. The Bari is bad. The Nizik says, I know what happened over here. I know what happened. How do you know? Like you were following the shore and you saw what happened? You were following your part? So it's a Bari Garua V'Shema Toiv. It's a good Bari. It's a good Shema. The guy doesn't know. And the Bari is a Bari Toiv, Bari Ra. In that case, I'm going to say, but if you talk about a different case, Toiv brings an example. The person comes to somebody and says, you owe me money. That's a good Bari. I should know that. And the guy says, I'm not sure. That's a bad Shema. What, you don't know that you owe money to somebody? In that case, Rabbanan will agree, you don't say right. That's, a discussion. But it's not so clear because it's a Bari Toiv Shema Guru. Here comes the Achrim and ask, okay, that Rashi Toiv's brought a case of a good Bari and a bad Shema. Or a good Shema and a bad Bari. What happens if it's a good Bari and a good Shema? Or a bad Bari and a bad Shema? What happens then? So that's a discussion. The Achrim, some Achrim want to say that it's Talia Zebazeh. A bad Shema makes it a good Bari. And a good Shema makes it a bad Bari. So that's how this goes into play. Okay, so more. So we brought one example. What's the Klal Gadol? Either the Klal Gadol, the Gemara says, what's the Klal Gadol? To tell you that even if it's a Bari v'Shema, Inami, L'chiyah, for another example, someone sold an axe to his friend, and you see that the axe is a nakhon. Right? It's a miktos. What do you mean? I bought a shore and I thought the shore was going to be a good shore. I see it's a nakhon. You could tell him, I sold to you to shecht it. So just check, what does this guy usually buy for? Does he buy for shchita, or does he buy for shechting, or for plowing? Raju means plowing. This guy buys for both. What did he pay for? Did he pay the worth of a shore which is meant for plowing? You know he bought it for plowing. If he bought it for shechting, he paid the money for shechting. The meat is valued a lot. And when you buy a shore to shecht it, it's worth the same value as a shore for plowing. So the money doesn't tell you what it is. So that's the case. Amri, says the Gemara, we said, he doesn't have money. So go take the shore. They sold the shore. He bought a shore. The shore is worth $200. You see, the shore is goring. So the buyer goes to the seller and says, well, what's going on over here? I want my money back. He says, I'm sorry, I don't have money. So take the shore. The shore is worth $200. Go sell it yourself. Says the word, no. Why? The average people say, for someone that owes you money, take whatever you can. If you have a guy who owes you money, just take from him whatever you can. Yeah, even if he has pari, which is low grade flour, take it from him, because as long as you can get something. He does have money. He does have money. That's what he says. When you have money, you have to pay with money. So the guy comes and says, I want to give you money. He says, I'm not giving you back your money. The guy sold the shore. I don't want to give you back the money. Why? I didn't want a shore as a nakhon. So I thought you want to shecht it. Rav Omar raised the mekertos. Why? Zil basa ruba v'rubadin shlerid yud b'zamim. So mekertos go basa roif. Most people, the majority of people, buy a shirt for plowing, not for shechting. So of course he wanted to keep it alive. Shmuel says, no, I can tell you that I thought you wanted to do for shchita. We're not going basa roif. So here, we don't go basaroiv only by Isurim Navamaminus, says Shmuel. So the Gemara says, when we say Zek Klal Godolin, big rule, how Moitzi Mechaver Alavarayo, is to tell me this rule of Shmuel. That in this case, guy sold, you don't go basaroiv. I'm Mechaver Alavarayo. Can I teach you even this thing of Shmuel? And here's what we mentioned, that you see that Mammon is different than Isurim. By Isurim you go basar roiv. By Omen you don't go basar roiv. The shaila is why not? Why don't you go basar roiv? So some of you want to tell us the roiv, it does not mevarer the mitzias. Roiv is a way, I don't know what's the case. Especially roiv like this. There's another discussion we're not going to get into. There's Ruba de Isa Kamon, Ruba de Leisa Kamon. Ruba de Leisa Kamon is statistics. Right? Statistically, most people, 70% of people, buy a shore to plow. That means this buyer is buying for plowing? I don't know for sure. There is 30% that don't buy for plowing. So every time you go back based on statistics, it's not a vadai. By moments you have to go based on vadai. Isurim, you go based on a logo. Torah told me, I don't know what to do. Roiv, chazak, etc. By moment you have to have more of a vadai. That's what the Achonim point out. Yeshiva Shkop brings the idea that always has to go in Mamonis based on Umdana. Mamonis, the Torah told you, you go based on what seems to be right. Not based on what the Torah tells you, halach is dinim. You have to go based on reality, what seems to be right. And therefore, by Mamonis, you don't apply the halachas that apply by Yisrael. Okay. Okay, says the Gemara. Tainam bring a brace like this. Shon shenogach es aparo. An axe gores a part. We need to work with Tzido. We don't know when was the baby born. Was it before the going, after those? Was it a miscarriage or not? Sokos is the one who says you pay half an answer for the paro and a quarter of an answer because of suffix. That's Sokos. The Omar Rashuma Nachmani. How do we know Sheneemar? Right? It is. There's a pasuk. Mi bal dvorim yika shaleim yagish rayo aleim. Whoever has a taina, go. Moshe Rabbeinu tells Am Yisrael, you have dayanim, you have any issue, go to them. Let's go to them. Bring you a raya. Bring me a proof. Bring me something. I can't do anything without having proof. Avger Avashi, alam likro. What I need a pasuk. Svaro. It's a svaro. The kaiv lekeevo ozil beyasio. Someone who has pain goes to the doctor. What does it mean? Meaning, you want to take money out of me? You want to take money out of me? You have a pain, you go to the doctor. I'm not, in other words, if you don't have a raya, so how are you taking money out of me? Someone who has pain, he should go to the doctor. I'm not going to the doctor for you. You want to take money out of me, bring a raya to me. Elo, so that's what I was asking. So it's a svara. Elo koil kelav nachman maravu. The pasuk is something else. How do you know that you only niskek letrivea to the one who's suing first? We first discuss, relate to the trivea, to the plaintiff, not to the defendant. Sometimes we go to the defendant. If the nechosim are going down. So, first of all, just understand this last few lines of the Gemara. What does it mean? What does it mean we're talking about we're going against the Teveya to the Tiveh first. You show him you have your several pshatim. Every pshat, what does it mean? Is kokim la Tiveh tchila. Rashi, if you look at Loshen Rashi, Rashi says, to remove it Tiveh mishimun money shilvo. Reuven comes and tells Shimon, you owe me money. The Shimon mishivoy tafasta mishali. Shimon says, no, it's you took from me a collateral. No, he says, I'm tired to you. You took something from me unrightfully, or you have a collateral, losses the domain. Niskod v'taris Reuven would seem lo amone, Mishimon. Chag niskod v'taris Shimon lo do avat fisa hamashka. So Rashi learns that there's a counterclaim, right? Today in court you have counterclaims. Comes Reuven, says, I want to sue you for X. Comes Shimon and says, Reuven, well, again, you down everything, I counter sue you. According to Rashi, you first of all deal with Reuven, and then you deal with Shimon. Unless Shimon is losing money. Rashi says, what does it mean losing money? Let's watch Rashi. Kazil nichse, shesh kan tagorim shiknu bedom yikorim b'machar yichulim. Right now I have a buyer that can buy this merchandise, and they're going to leave. Inami, shikakoyisu zol litfio. He's losing value of the karka. So in this case, you go to you first of all go to the original plaintiff, and only then you could go and deal with the mitzvah. We sure you have a lot of problems with this in Rashi. Toitza says, we're talking about chabolas. Chabolas means that somebody damaged somebody else, right? So first you deal with the damage, right? Reuben went and hurt Shimon. He says, you owe me money for my broken hand. Comes Shimon and says, yeah, but don't forget, you owe me money for something else. So let's cut it even. Chabolas, you first go for the plaintiff, and then you deal with something else. There's many other explanations of the Rishonim, but let's maybe just mention one. Mention the Ravid. The Ravid we talk about Shmuel. Reuven went to Shimon, and he says, you owe me money. Shimon says, I don't owe you. He says, okay, so do a Shmuel. And then Shimon comes and says, 1 second, I have a time against Reuven. So first of all, you say, do the Shmuel. You don't deal with Shimon's taina until you don't finish the first mahalach of Reuven. So now that there's a counter suing, then maybe you disagree with Rashi and say we'll deal with both. Talk about the Reuven has the Shimon, tefillah to Shimon. Shimon wanted to do a shvuah, and then you have a taina against here that he comes for something else. You have to first of all finish the first deal before you get to the second deal. That's how it is. Toys brings another shot. Okay, we'll leave it over here for that. Just to mention, this will end, conclude over here, is that the Gemara brought over here a svara of moitzim chala of a raya. Someone who has a pain should go to the doctor. I mean, it makes sense. A svara that moitzim chala of a raya. But what about suchus? Suchus didn't say it. What about Shmuel? So this we see over here. As we mentioned before, suchus does agree that there are cases you say moitzim chala of a raya. There are cases. Just in the case that you have a suffix below divrei, like the case of Shoshuk at the bar. You have a bari, and it's not as nechasim. But if a regular guy goes to somebody else and says, you owe me money, of course you say, I'm going to tell you right. Someone's going to agree to that. Shmuel that says goes basaroiv, many of the Rishonim learn, just to mention it, that's only with statistics. But if you have Reuben the Yisrael, come on, you found the meat, and the question is, there's 9 people here, 1 person here, then you come and say, we will say what's right. So there are cases that everybody agrees to and you say this word. Last point, and this we end today, is just we mentioned before. We saw it early in the Masechta. Why by Dayanim you go basaroiv, even by Mamanis? Somebody comes to Beis Din. Reuben and Shimon go to Beis Din. Reuben says you owe me money. Shimon says you don't. There's 3 Dayanim. 2 Dayanim says you chayav. 1 says you pater. You're asking chayav. Why? So this place says earlier, the reason is because by Dayanim, the mute kimishi einoi. The 1 Dayan is mevatel as das to the other 2. So it's really like all 3 say they is chayav. So that's why there is difference. Whenever you have a bitul of mute, then everybody agrees to go with a roiv, because it's not a roiv anymore. But roiv, that's a discussion. We just touched a little bit, a drop from the sea. What do you have here in the sugya? But here in the 2 dots, stop over here, because from here, the Gemara goes mamish into the next daf. So we'll stop over here. Everybody should have a wonderful day.